Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. Let's get started. We begin with a stunner in San Francisco. The top-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs fell to Arkansas in the Sweet 16 tonight. The Zags were 9.5-point favorites going into tonight's game, but things just did not go their way. Our sports team has the very latest from the Chase Center. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Mark. Yeah, kind of doubling down on that theme. Arkansas only was given a 14% chance to win by ESPN's Basketball Power Index. So this was certainly quite an upset here in San Francisco.
Yeah, safe to say, shocking what you would call this. But this is March Madness, guys, and that's why you play these games.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Gonzaga came into this contest a 53% shooting team on the year. They have been stunning. They've been very, very efficient at shooting. That did not happen tonight. Bulldogs' second worst performance shooting of the season, under 38%, which included a 5 for 21 performance from three-point range. Here's a stat that really shows how rough of a night it was. Gonzaga was 11 of 22 on layups. Just one of those contests. The Bulldogs' only worst shooting performance this season. The St. Mary's lost at the end of the regular season, where they shot under 37%. Poor timing for the Zags to have one of these off nights, to say the least. The Zags have struggled in the first half of the tournament, in each game of the tournament in the first half, but found their legs in the second half tonight. The second half magic was kind of there, but it wasn't there as much. Let's put it that way. After the game, Drew Timme fought back tears when asked what he said to his team after the loss.
I just said that I just said that I was proud of us, and it was a hell of a ride. You know, it didn't end up the way we wanted, but we came to play hard, and it just, you know what, it just was their night, and you got to give them credit for winning the game. You know, they won the game fair and square, and they made great plays. But I told them, just thanks for being my teammates. Thanks for being here. You're my brothers to the end. I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. And take a moment to just thank your families and Zag Nation for all the love and support they've had through all the goods, ups and downs of this season. It's been a grind this season, and I couldn't be any more proud of these guys. And I know I'm not alone when I say this. I have no regrets about this season. You know, we put it all out there. We came to work every day. We played our tails off, and I'm proud of each and every one of us for that.
Here's an image that will be burned into Gonzaga fans' memories for maybe ever. Chet Holmgren leaving the floor for what most likely is his final time in a Bulldogs uniform. Not the way he or fans would have wanted. Holmgren fouled out with about 3.5 minutes left to play in the game. Really hurt the team's chances late, but it was bigger than those final minutes, as Holmgren was forced out of the game due to foul trouble throughout the entire game. The big advantage Gonzaga had in this game was its superior front court. And that was taken away by Arkansas attacking the rim and forcing the freshman phenom out of the game, which Arkansas said post-game was the goal.
It was a big aspect tonight. I mean, Chet, I thought, was playing good, and he was getting to his shots. And we were trying to call his number and get him some more actions when we could. But yeah, that was hard. That was difficult because I felt it was one of those games where he was able to get his touches, Drew was able to get his touches, and we just, needed to kind of, without wearing Drew out, we needed Chet to be able to stay in there a little longer. And again, he's just we're so different on defense when he's in there with his rim protection.
We've learned that as Andrew Nembhard goes, so does this Gonzaga Bulldog team. He has been an anchor for them all season long. Tonight, the senior guard struggled mightily, going 2 for 11 from the field. And one of those made shots, a prayer of sorts at the end of the game. On top of the struggle shooting, Nembhard had 5 turnovers and just 3 assists. An uncharacteristic game for him. You could tell he was a little speechless after the loss.
It's definitely disappointing. As Coach said, I felt like I got to the spots I wanted to get to. I got shots that I usually get on a regular basis. Just didn't fall for me tonight. That's all I can say about it.
So the season comes to a close in the not-so-sweet 16, and after the game. Andrew Nemhard, Rasheer Bolton, and Drew Timme all were speaking to the media about the loss, and they were asked a question about the future. So a lot of question marks with them. Will they be coming back? Will they not? Mark Few put the kibosh on that question. He hopped in and said, let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah, he said things are just too emotional right now. I don't want my guys going on the record with that, so we will have to wait and see what those players say in the coming weeks, and we will have to wait and see what this team looks like in a few weeks. By the way, could be a commitment coming on Monday with Anthony Black. So we could have news Zags coming before you even know it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But reporting in San Francisco, he's Travis Green. I'm Brenna Green from 2 Sports.
Travis, Brenna, fantastic job reporting throughout this tournament. Thank you guys. Get back here safe. In other news this evening, an Eastern State Hospital patient facing an assault charge after brutally attacking another patient last week. The man accused of this assault turns out is the same suspect in a vicious attack last fall in downtown Spokane. The woman in that attack barely survived the random act of violence, and she spoke with our Amanda Rowley exclusively today. We do want to warn you, though, the details and video may be disturbing to some.
Last fall, cell phone video captured Marte Ellis attacking a woman he didn't know at this intersection in downtown Spokane. When that woman and her family heard he attacked another person while at Eastern State Hospital, they weren't surprised, but they were surprised that he even had the chance to go after someone else. It's been 6 months since Tiffany Turner almost died after a stranger randomly attacked her. She has no memory of what happened.
Nothing has come back to me. Nothing has jogged any memory or anything. But the doctor did tell me that part of my brain that was injured the most, that took the most impact, was my memory.
All she can remember is she was heading home with dinner.
I only knew that because when I got my vehicle returned to me, there was the 3 places I had bought of food were still in the car.
She spent the last 6 months in rehab and speech therapy, but her body is still healing.
I had to get my eye glued back here on the corner, so there's still a mark from there, and I have these spots on my face where my face was repeatedly beat against the ground and being stepped on. Then I still get the headaches.
Tiffany's brother, Tommy Peterson, says her recovery is something of a miracle.
It feels good to see my sister able to talk and communicate as good as she's doing right now, because this wasn't the case months ago.
Police arrested Marte Ellis for this brutal attack, but a judge dismissed the case after finding Ellis lacked the mental capacity to stand trial. He spent the last month as a patient at Eastern State Hospital. Just last week, he attacked another patient at the hospital. Spokane County Court documents say that victim suffered multiple skull fractures.
Maybe this is a mental health issue, but regardless of what it is, more has to be done than what's been done.
There's no justice for myself. There was no justice for this person that he did it to again. It's just a repeated process.
Despite her disappointment in the system, Tiffany is determined to move forward, not just for herself, but for the sake of her 2 boys.
My kids are my motivation. My job, I use that as my motivation. Trying to be the supporter that I was, that's my motivation.
Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, taking a break from the headlines for a moment to check weather with our forecast. We've had another beautiful spring day here in the inland Northwest. Let's get out to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, it is Friday Eve. Lots of folks wondering what's in store for the weekend.
Oh, yeah, all right, we can talk about that. But right now, let's get you outside with a look at 45 degrees. Clouds kind of moving their way back in. And as we head into the weekend, expect more of that, more cloud cover across the region. Temperatures hovering pretty close to 40 just about everywhere right now. It's those kind of clear skies that are allowing those temps to drop. But keep in mind, tomorrow's looking like another warm one across the inland Northwest, but we do get a little more cloud cover. Clouds build in overnight, keeps us in the upper 30s, but look what happens by 11 a.m. We're up near 50, and by tomorrow afternoon, knocking on the door of 60. I don't think we quite get there, but coming up, I'm going to let you know why I do think we see it this weekend.
Sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But don't go to bed just yet. Still to come tonight, a heads up on some major road construction projects coming up in the next week. What you can expect on those roads after the break.